Something's shifting inside Labour, and it's happening in whispers, not headlines. While Keir Starmer tries to steady the ship, one figure is quietly gathering momentum in the shadows. Moves are being made, allegiances are shifting, and if the rumours are true, a leadership shake-up may already be in motion. Let's break it down. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Something is brewing inside the Labour Party, and it's got the makings of a full-blown leadership rift. As pressure mounts on Prime Minister Keir Starmer from within his own ranks, all eyes are now turning to someone who's been sitting quietly in his shadow, Angela Rayner. Now, officially, Rayner remains Deputy Prime Minister and a loyal figure within the party. But behind closed doors, conversations are taking a very different turn. According to multiple insiders, she's being carefully positioned as a credible alternative to Starmer, someone who could, if the time was right, step in and rally the left wing of the party. Sources close to Rayner are being unusually candid. One ally put it bluntly: she doesn't want the blood of unpopular policies on her hands. That's not a throwaway line. That's a calculated distancing move, a sign that even within Labour's top brass, not everyone wants to go down with the Starmer ship. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This whole situation is unfolding right as Starmer faces growing concerns about a potential backlash from his own backbenchers. The mood among some MPs is reportedly souring, especially as the public response to certain policies becomes more hostile. Starmer might not be under immediate threat, but insiders say that could change fast if the polls slip, or the next general election creeps closer without a clear narrative shift. Now, you might have seen the headlines about a leaked internal government memo. Rayner's team has been quick to distance her from it, insisting this isn't about that. But let's talk about what that memo contained, because it's explosive in its own right. The memo, reportedly drafted by Rayner and submitted to Chancellor Rachel Reeves, pushed for higher taxes over spending cuts. It even suggested limiting migrants' access to the state pension and increasing the NHS surcharge for visa holders, policies that, if ever made public, could cause outrage within the party's more progressive base. Officially, her allies say this power play has nothing to do with that leak, but unofficially, the timing couldn't be more suspicious. One insider told The Times that Rayner has been loyal in public, but privately knows she needs to put space between herself and Starmer's decisions. It's not rebellion, it's strategy. And the ambition? It's very real. Another source didn't mince words, saying Angela would win a leadership contest if there was a vacancy. That's not speculation, that's a warning shot. She's got backing not just among Labour members, but crucially within the Parliamentary Labour Party itself. If the winds shift, she's ready. What's more, insiders have criticised Starmer's inner circle for not utilising Rayner more strategically. They say it's a strategic oversight by Number 10 not to tap into her experience, her working class roots, her ability to connect with Labour's traditional voter base. While Starmer continues to push a technocratic Blair-style agenda, Rayner remains the emotional core of the party, the one figure many on the left still trust. And the silence from the top? Predictable. When asked about the memo leak, a government spokesman replied simply, "We don't comment on leaks." Classic Whitehall. But make no mistake, this isn't just about one memo or a few whispering backbenchers. It's about momentum. Rayner, whether she admits it or not, is being carefully groomed as Labour's plan B. If Starmer stumbles, especially with an election looming, she won't need to fight for the crown. It might just fall into her lap. The question now is, how long will she wait? In other news, the Chargos Islands deal will not be signed off after an injunction was granted in the early hours of today by a High Court judge. In the injunction granted at 2:25 a.m, brought against the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, Justice Goose granted interim relief to Beatrice Pompey, who had previously taken steps to bring legal action over the deal. According to the order, the judge granted the injunction upon consideration of the claimant's application for interim relief made out of court hours and upon reading the defendant's response. A hearing is now expected to take place on Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. The overnight legal action comes after being revealed that the deal was due to be signed virtually today. Justice Goose said in his order, "The defendant shall take no conclusive or legally binding step to conclude its negotiations concerning the possible transfer of the British Indian Ocean Territory, also known as the Chargos Archipelago, to a foreign government or bind itself as to the particular terms of any such transfer. The defendant shall in particular not dispose of the territory in whole or in part. The defendant is to maintain the jurisdiction of the United Kingdom over the British Indian Ocean Territory until further order." Reacting to the announcement, Pompey said, "After a marathon 5-hour emergency session in the middle of the night, the High Court of Justice has, unprecedented in English legal history, paused the execution of a treaty. We won. There will be a fresh hearing at 10:30 a.m. at the High Court. Our star could fall or keep on rising. We are told to summon the world's press." The government said the Chargos Islands deal is the right thing for the UK after a court injunction temporarily blocked the agreement from being concluded. A government spokesman said, "We do not comment on ongoing legal cases. This deal is the right thing to protect the British people and our national security." Reacting to this morning's news, Shadow Justice Secretary Robert Jenrick said, "Let's hope this is ultimately successful because this is an absolutely disgraceful sellout. Keir Starmer is looking to give away sovereign British territory to an ally of China and pay billions of pounds for the privilege." Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer had been expected to attend a virtual ceremony alongside representatives from the Mauritian government on Thursday morning to sign off on the deal. Britain would give up sovereignty of the island territory to Mauritius under the deal and lease back a crucial military base on the archipelago for 99 years. A tsunami alert has been issued off the island of Crete as tourists have been warned to move away from the coast. It comes after a 6.1 magnitude quake hit off the Greek island, causing tremors across Turkey and Israel. The European Mediterranean Seismological Center says tsunami alerts have been issued while the risk is assessed. Depending on the distance of the earthquake from the coastline, the tsunami could be local less than 100 kilometers, regional less than 1,000 kilometers, or distant greater than 1,000 kilometers, officials said in a statement. The tremor, which hit 79 kilometers off the city of Heraklion at 6:19 a.m., 3:19 GMT on Thursday, jolted locals and tourists holidaying on the island at the start of the summer season, according to reports on social media. CCTV video posted on Facebook showed plant pots on a balcony shaking for seconds. The Greek government has issued a national directive ordering people to stay safe as they continue to assess the quake and any potential aftershocks. Residents in eastern Crete reported being woken by the tremor. "We didn't just shake, the whole earth seemed to wobble like jelly," said British holidaymaker Nigel Cummings, who was in Crete. "The text message people got warning about a tsunami frightened a lot of us. As of yet, no injuries have been reported following the earthquake, and there have been no immediate reports of damage to buildings or infrastructure." This morning's tremor comes just over a week after another significant earthquake in the region. A 6.3 magnitude quake struck both Crete and Rhodes last week, sparking panic among holidaymakers and locals. That earthquake registered at a depth of 62.5 kilometers and struck as many people slept, according to the Geodynamic Institute of Athens. Crete is a seismological hotspot situated along a complex fault boundary between the African and Eurasian tectonic plates. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.